there, somebodies. How y'all doing? My name is DaTigerSquirrel, and today I am going to talk to you about a few little-known facts about me. I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time. I know you guys have kind of been asking for it, and just haven't had the time, but, you know, new year, new stuff, new content, so here we are. I want to start off by saying I apologize for my voice, because I'm still getting over this congestion, this cold, this sinus infection, whatever you want to call it, that I have had. So I'm still having a little trouble breathing through my nose, and I will seem out of breath as well. But anyways, without further ado, let's begin. The first thing about me I want y'all to know is that I love magic. Now, I'm not talking about the card game. I'm talking about magic, magicians, big tricks like Criss Angel and David Blaine and David Copperfield and Siegfried and Roy and all of these wonderful magicians that I have found over the years. My love of magic probably started whenever I was really young, actually. When I was in elementary school, every year we would have a magician come and perform at an assembly. And every single year he would pick me out of the audience to be one of his lovely assistants. So I'm going to actually put a picture in this video somewhere. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. But I'm going to put a picture where you guys can see whenever I was really, really young. I would say I was about 5 or 6 years old in this picture, where I was one of his lovely assistants. And it was so much fun to do, and I've loved magic ever since. The tattoo I have on my wrist is in part inspired by Criss Angel, because he had a show in Vegas called Believe. And so really the font and everything like that is from his show, but it's come to mean much more to me than that. And that's a conversation that we will have another day. But yes, I've always loved magic. I have performed a few tricks myself for friends and stuff like that. I have a friend in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee named Terry Evanswood. If you go see him, just go see him. You have to. If you're in the area, if you go to Pigeon Forge, you have to go see Terry, because he's amazing. He's one of the best magicians I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's a really great guy. So definitely go see him. Wonders of Magic at Wonderworks. Not sponsored. Anyways, I really love magic. I had, David Blaine had a VHS that he came out with that had 3 different specials on it, and I had that, and I watched it over and over, and some of the tricks I taught myself, because I would watch it over and over and over and try to figure out, like, how he did it, and not in a way of, like, oh, I know how you did that. It was more of a way of, like, ooh, I want to learn how to do that. I want to do that. So yeah, I love magic. The second thing that I wanted to mention was that my family has a gospel singing group, and I used to travel with them whenever I was younger. They just recently got back together. It's called the Gospel Echoes. We used to travel all throughout, like, the southeastern United States, like Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee, and did we go to in North Carolina? I mean, we were in North Carolina too. We've gone through a few of the states down here, and gone and sang at different churches and stuff. So that's fun. And we used to ride around on a bus. We had a tour bus. So I know what it's like to be on a tour bus. The third thing is that I used to teach an improv class, and I love improv so much. Me and my brother used to stay up late without our parents knowing and watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? It was a really, really good show, and actually a few years ago I had an opportunity to see Brad Sherwood and Colin Mockery when they did their 2-man group in Kentucky, I would say 6 or 7 years ago, which is crazy to think about. It's been that long, but I got to see them, and it was pretty awesome. And I got to perform with them. I was one of the volunteers that they called up on stage. And it was just a blast, and getting to meet them was just amazing, because Colin Mockery is like one of my heroes and one of my role models, and he's amazing. Number 4 is that I love to act. I've probably mentioned this before at least a couple of times in streams. I have been acting since I was like 5 years old. It started out me being in plays at church, and then I went on to take drama classes in middle school and in high school, and I have been in summer musicals, different plays, that kind of stuff with my community theater since I was 13. So that is a big part of me, and as y'all may or may not have seen, it depends on whether you follow me on Twitter, I just auditioned for a play, and I haven't been on stage in a play in like 2 years, and it's crazy to think about, but yeah, so I have that going on. So I went and auditioned. I was really nervous, and I got a part, so it was really cool. It's a new community theater group that I'm going to be working with, the North Georgia Community Players, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just really excited, and I'll probably continuously vlog about it to keep y'all up to date on how things are going, and maybe you'll get like a couple of clips of the show if I can get permission from the other people to do that. Anyways, so yeah. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that I am very good at impersonations as far as singing. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I am good at sounding like other singers, like Adele, or Leanne Womack, or Jennifer Nettles, or Miranda Lambert. Essentially, it's a lot of country singers that I can sound like. But I've always been able to do this. I've always also been able to do, like, other impersonations. There was this comedian, Dennis Swanberg, that I absolutely loved, that did impersonations of different people, and I would stand at the front of the tour bus whenever we were touring with the Gospel Echoes, and recite, like, the entire routine. I love doing impersonations. I'm really good at singing impersonations. Like Adele, I love Adele. And I didn't know that I could sound like her until I was just kind of singing one of her songs in front of her friend one day, and he was like, "You sound just like her. You should do like a tribute act." Because I'm sure you guys are aware that there's a lot of like tribute artists out there for different older like performers. I have a friend who is a Marilyn Monroe impersonator tribute artist. And her husband is an Elvis tribute artist, Elvis Presley, and they're both amazing. Again, if you're in the Pigeon Forge area, go see them, Samantha Chambliss and Michael Chambliss. They're at a new theater that Matt Cordell runs, and I will have to look up the name of the theater and put it down here so that you guys know it. So if you're ever in that area, you need to go see them because they're fantastic. All of them are just fantastic entertainers. I actually considered doing an Adele tribute act. It never got off the ground. The act was going to be called Someone Like Adele, but I have a Facebook page and everything, but it just never took off because of personal reasons. But I still want to be able to do that. Maybe one day, we'll see. And the last thing that I want to tell you guys is something that I just recently looked up and just recently realized about myself. I am an empath, or a clairsentient is what it's called. Clairsentient, so not clairvoyant, clairsentient. And it's kind of difficult to explain. I'll leave a couple of links to some articles that kind of helped me in the description down below, but basically, I can sense other people's emotions. I am really good at relating to people, and it gets kind of tough sometimes. I'm sure you guys have noticed that I am sick a lot, And that is because it sometimes will take a physical toll on me. Not just an emotional toll, but a physical toll. Like, I will get physically drained and sometimes even sick to my stomach because I can sense other people's emotions so heavily. So, like, whenever any of my friends are in trouble, if they have, like, really bad anxiety that day, or they're battling with their depression that day, or whatever, I will just randomly get this overwhelming need to cry. And every time it happens, I will message my close friends and be like, "Are you okay?" And more often than not, something's wrong with them. Like, something's going wrong that day. And I don't know how I got this, but it's just something that I've been able to do for as long as I can remember. And also, I have the ability to, if, like, let's say a friend has met a new guy, or a new potential partner, or whatever, and they start telling me about them, then this might happen. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard of him. Is he cute? Okay, send me a picture. Yeah, no, he's a douche. Don't date him. Now, it might not be as drastic as that, and that might be exaggerating it just a little bit, but essentially, like, when I meet people, I usually know within the first couple of minutes whether they're a good person or a bad person, and just have that sense. And it's really weird for me to say, but yeah, I basically sense their energy, and know if they're a negative person or a positive person, or you know, what kind of person they are. So sometimes I can be like, I don't know if you should date that guy. I just feel like he's a really bad person. He seems like he's gonna be a bad person. And, like, 9 times out of 10, I'm right. And, so yeah, I mean, it's a difficult thing to deal with, but it's also really cool. It's really, really neat to be able to, tell what kind of person people are almost immediately. So anyways, yeah, that's actually all I'm going to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to know some more little known facts about me, just let me know. And yeah, that's it. I'm feeling super foggy-minded and awkward today, and so I apologize. I'm still getting used to talking to a camera. I mean, I've been doing this for over a year now, and I'm still having trouble talking to a camera without feeling completely awkward. So I apologize, and hopefully it'll get better. But that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing with your life? Subscribe to me. We have so much fun. That's gonna be it from me, and as always, remember, Lexi loves you. Bye!